Welcome everyone to Money Cafe America, the place for practical money talk without the shame.
Hi, I'm Ethan.
And I'm Maya. Today we are talking about the quiet dread of checking your bank balance after a busy week.
I usually need 2 coffees before I even think about opening that app.
You are safe here. We have coffee, and we are going to make that app a lot less intimidating.
Good. Right now, looking at my spending feels like opening a scary letter. I just avoid it completely.
That avoidance is completely normal. People often wait until the end of the month, and by then, the anxiety is huge.
Exactly. I put it off, and suddenly the week is a mystery. I just hope my card works at checkout.
When we avoid looking, the fear always grows much faster than the actual numbers do.
It is exhausting. It feels like money is just happening to me while I look the other way.
That is why a simple weekly check-in changes everything. It brings the control back to you.
A weekly routine sounds great, but I know I might procrastinate on it.
We are going to keep it incredibly small. Every situation is different, so you can adapt this to your own bills.
Okay, small and adaptable works for me. What does this actually look like?
By the end of this episode, we will build a 15-minute weekly routine. We will also translate a few money terms naturally.
15 minutes sounds a lot better than a month of panic. I am ready.
That feeling of avoiding the banking app happens because we treat it like a report card.
Yes, it feels like I am logging in just to see how badly I failed this week.
When you treat it like a test, of course you want to delay looking at the results.
I mean, I know I spent money. I just do not want to see the exact damage.
Think about driving a car on a long road trip.
Okay.
Imagine putting duct tape over the fuel gauge because seeing the needle go down is stressful.
Well, that sounds terrifying. You would have no idea when you are about to stall.
Exactly. But that is what we do when we avoid our bank accounts.
Oh!
We tape over the dashboard and just hope the engine keeps running.
Wow. That is exactly what I do. I just wait for the warning light.
Waiting for that warning light is so much more stressful than just glancing at the dashboard.
I guess checking the fuel gauge does not mean you are a bad driver.
Right. The rule is simple. A weekly check-in is just reading the dashboard, not passing a test.
Taking the tape off the dashboard actually sounds less exhausting than the constant worrying.
The worrying takes up a massive amount of background energy.
It is always running in the back of my mind at work.
If this helps you take a breath, save this episode for the next time money feels loud.
I know a few friends who definitely drive with the tape over the dashboard too.
The biggest mistake people make is trying to fix everything at once.
You mean doing a massive budget overhaul at the end of the month?
Yes. They wait 30 days, open the app, and try to categorize 100 different purchases.
That takes hours, and I usually end up feeling guilty about a random takeout order.
Exactly. That monthly deep dive feels like a punishment for living your life.
It really does. I end up arguing with myself over $20 from 3 weeks ago.
You cannot change a decision you made 3 weeks ago.
No, the money is already gone.
That is why the monthly review often fails. It focuses entirely on the past.
So a weekly check-in shifts the focus to what is happening right now?
Yes. A better way to think about it is taking 15 minutes to get your bearings.
Just 15 minutes? That sounds almost too simple.
It is supposed to be simple. You are just looking at what cleared and what is coming.
Okay, but what if I look and the balance is still lower than I wanted?
The number might still sting, but the uncertainty is finally gone.
The worst part is standing at the grocery checkout, hoping the card works.
That silent panic at the register is heavier than the actual math.
You are holding your breath while the machine processes the chip.
Everyone else in line seems relaxed, but you are counting the cost silently.
Yeah, you try to look completely normal while panicking inside.
That takes a huge emotional toll.
It makes normal errands feel like a massive risk.
A quick weekly check removes that specific panic. You already know what is in the account.
But my brain still wants to avoid the numbers if things are tight.
Even if things are tight, knowing the exact number gives you choices.
Like deciding to cook instead of ordering food that night?
Exactly. You can steer the car because you finally know how much fuel is left.
The dark is definitely worse than the truth.
Once you look, the vague anxiety turns into a concrete reality.
And reality is something I can actually manage.
Right. You stop running from the mystery and start making small adjustments.
Honestly, trading a month of vague dread for 15 minutes of reality sounds like a fair deal.
Getting your bearings and just reading the dashboard is easier than you think.
I really hope so. I am tired of dreading my own bank account.
Let's talk about how this helps in real life. Think about a normal, busy morning.
Okay, I am usually rushing to make coffee and get out the door.
You are making coffee, and an email notification pops up on your phone.
A receipt for a subscription I completely forgot was on Autopay?
Yes. How do you usually react in that exact moment before work?
I usually swipe the notification away immediately. I do not want to see it.
Because seeing the charge stresses you out and ruins your morning momentum?
Yes. I just tell myself I will log in and cancel it later.
But later never happens. The cycle just repeats next month.
Never. I forget about it entirely until the exact same day next month.
That is the instinct we all have. We ignore the small, annoying leaks.
It might only be $12, but it makes me so mad at myself.
It feels like a failure. But forgetting a password is not a moral failure.
It really feels like one. I let them keep the money to avoid the hassle.
A weekly check-in provides a dedicated space for that exact hassle.
You mean I sit down knowing I am going to deal with annoying things?
Yes, you put on music, get your coffee, and prepare for the annoyance.
Reframing it as a planned chore actually makes it sound less personal.
The practical step is using your weekly check-in to finally hit cancel on one subscription.
So I use that specific 15 minutes to stop the leak permanently?
Exactly. You bundle the task into one small window and take your control back.
I guess doing it right then means I stop paying for it forever.
The limitation is that checking in does not get your previous money back.
Right. The money is gone. I just have to accept that and move forward.
But stopping the leak gives you a small victory.
Okay, the Autopay leak makes sense. What is the next situation?
Imagine you are standing in a grocery store aisle after a long work shift.
I am already tired just thinking about it.
You are holding a package of chicken and looking at the price tag.
And I am probably wondering if I can afford the good coffee too.
Right. What is your brain doing while you stand there?
I am doing complicated mental math, trying to remember my bank balance.
You are trying to remember what bills are automatically coming out tomorrow.
Exactly. I know the utility bill usually clears around now, but I am guessing.
That guessing game is exhausting. We try to hold our budget in our heads.
It feels impossible to keep track of every due date mentally while shopping.
It is impossible. Human memory is not built for running live bank balances.
So I walk to the register feeling completely stressed out.
You are waiting to see if the card declines.
Yes, I hold my breath when I insert the chip. Both options feel terrible.
The weekly check-in removes the grocery store mental math entirely.
How does it do that? Groceries are still incredibly expensive right now.
The prices stay the same, but your clarity changes before you even leave home.
I still have to pay the utility bill though.
Yes, but during your check-in, you subtract the bills and write down one safe number.
What does a safe number mean in this context?
It is the exact money left over after you account for this week's bills.
Oh, so I know exactly what is actually mine to spend on food.
The practical step is checking your app calmly at home, not in the aisle.
Having one safe number feels much lighter than carrying a whole mental spreadsheet.
You just shop against that one specific number. It protects your peace of mind.
Okay, but what if that safe number is frustratingly small?
That is the caution here. The weekly check-in might give you a strict boundary.
A strict boundary can feel pretty discouraging when you are hungry.
But knowing you only have $50 is still safer than guessing and overdrafting.
I guess knowing the truth removes the silent panic at the checkout machine.
You can breathe, because the dashboard already gave you the reality.
That definitely beats holding my breath. What is the third trap?
This one happens at home, usually late at night on the sofa.
That sounds like prime time for avoiding money stress.
You get an email saying your credit card minimum payment is due.
Oh, I hate those emails. I tense up when I see the subject line.
So you open the credit card app just to handle it as fast as possible.
I usually click the button that says Pay Minimum Due, then close it instantly.
Why do you close the app so quickly?
Because I absolutely do not want to see the total statement balance.
That is a perfect example of driving with tape over the fuel gauge.
Looking at the total balance just makes me feel completely defeated and behind.
It feels like the minimum payment did not even make a dent in the debt.
It never makes a dent. The total balance just sits there mocking me.
Your instinct is to pay the minimum blindly and pretend the rest does not exist.
Yes. If I do not look at it, it cannot ruin my evening.
But ignoring the total balance does not stop the interest from growing silently.
No, it just makes the next month even more depressing when it arrives.
A weekly money check-in changes how you interact with that specific debt.
How? Checking it weekly sounds like torturing myself 4 times a month instead of 1.
It actually does the opposite. The practical step here is gentle exposure.
What does gentle exposure look like for a massive credit card bill?
You pick a day to log in when the bill is not actually due.
Wait, just look at the app and do nothing else?
Just look, verify the transactions are yours, acknowledge the number, and close the app.
So I am looking for errors, not judging my own past spending habits?
Yes. On a random Tuesday, it is just a piece of data on a dashboard.
Taking away the pressure of the due date actually feels a little less intimidating.
The limitation is that checking the app will not magically erase your debt.
Right. The math does not change just because I stared at the screen today.
But familiarizing yourself with the number takes the emotional shock value away completely.
I guess it stops being a scary monster hiding in my phone.
Exactly. You become a calm manager of your account, not a victim of it.
I actually feel capable of doing that. It is just gathering weekly data.
Before we move on, I want you to try one concrete mini action.
Okay, what is the exact assignment for the next 24 hours?
I want you to pick your specific 15-minute window for this week's check-in.
Just pick the time? I do not have to do the math yet?
Just choose the time. Maybe Saturday morning with your coffee before the house wakes up.
I can definitely commit to picking a time and putting it on my calendar.
Treat it like a real appointment. Protect those 15 minutes so you stop guessing.
I feel a little more prepared to actually peel the tape off the dashboard now.
We covered canceling an old subscription that was draining you quietly.
We also found a way to get one safe grocery number before leaving the house.
And we talked about checking your credit card balance on a random Tuesday.
Just looking without letting it ruin my entire evening.
Those steps are all about reading the dashboard instead of hiding from it.
Let's test that mindset. I have my coffee and my 15-minute timer is ready.
You open the app on Thursday. The screen says you have $400.
That is a pretty good feeling for a Thursday morning.
But you know your electric bill usually clears on Friday.
Right.
How do you handle that $400 during your check-in?
I would probably leave the electric bill money there and spend the rest.
Leaving the bill money untouched is the perfect instinct to have.
But I am guessing I missed something else that is hiding.
Exactly. What happens if an older charge finally clears on Friday?
Oh, then my cushion shrinks and suddenly I am short on rent.
That is the trap of looking at the biggest number on the screen.
I let the big number trick me into feeling richer than I am.
The fix is separating what the bank shows from what is actually free to spend.
Because those two stories rarely match up in real life.
Right. And that brings up a phrase you probably see every time you log in.
Is it the available balance label? Because that one always trips me up.
Yes. Let's define available balance right now.
I assume it means all the money the bank is holding for me.
Close. An available balance is the exact money you can spend right now without overdrawing.
Wait, Is that different from the other number at the top of the screen?
Yes, your current balance is everything, but the available balance has already subtracted recent card swipes.
Oh, so it already accounts for the coffee I just bought?
Exactly. The bank knows you spent it, even if the math is not fully settled.
Why is it so important to know the difference during a weekly check-in?
Because steering by the wrong number means you might spend the same $20 twice.
That explains why my card sometimes declines when I thought I had a cushion.
Yes, you always want to make decisions based only on the available balance.
Okay, I need to train my eyes to look for that specific label first.
That leads right into the second label that causes a lot of quiet panic.
You mean the purchases that sit at the top of the list with a clock icon?
Yes, in banking terms, that is called a pending transaction on your account.
I honestly just ignore those because they feel like temporary math.
A pending transaction is a purchase the bank knows about but has not completely finalized.
Like a restaurant tip that has not been officially added to the receipt yet?
That is a perfect example. The restaurant swiped the card, but the final total is waiting.
I have also seen it when I buy gas. The station puts a temporary charge on my card.
Yes, gas stations often place a temporary hold to make sure the card is valid.
Why does a pending charge matter so much for my weekly routine?
Because a pending transaction means that specific money is already spoken for.
It is basically frozen, even if it has not officially left the account yet.
Right. If you ignore it, your safe spending number for the week will be wrong.
I might think I have $50 for dinner, but the pending gas charge ruins that plan.
Exactly. Acknowledging those pending charges keeps your weekly reality perfectly grounded.
I definitely need to stop ignoring that little clock icon.
There is one more phrase that makes looking at your app much faster.
I am completely in favor of anything that speeds up this process.
It is called a fixed expense, and it is your best friend for weekly planning.
Does that mean a bill that is stuck at the exact same price every month?
A fixed expense is a required bill that costs the same amount on a predictable schedule.
Like my car payment or my monthly internet bill?
Yes, your rent is another perfect example of a fixed expense.
How does knowing that help me when I am stressed out looking at the app?
Because those numbers never change. You never have to guess or panic about them.
Oh, I can just subtract the internet bill automatically because I already memorized the cost.
Exactly. Knowing your fixed expenses means half of your mental math is already finished.
I do not have to calculate everything from scratch every single Thursday morning.
Right. It shrinks the mystery of the week down to just a few variable choices.
Honestly, understanding those three labels makes opening the app look way less like a trap.
Let's put this into a brand new situation. Imagine it is a random Tuesday afternoon.
Okay, I am probably at work and already thinking about dinner.
Your friends text you about buying concert tickets for next month.
That is definitely a trap. Concert tickets are never cheap anymore.
You open your app to see if you can buy one. The current balance is $300.
Okay, so I immediately ignore that big number and look for the available balance instead.
Good! The available balance says $250.
That means $50 is pending, so I only have $250 to work with today.
Exactly. The ticket costs $100. What is your next move?
Well, I would just buy the ticket. I have more than enough in the available balance right now.
Almost. What about tomorrow morning?
Wait, oh, I missed something important.
What happens on the 15th of every month?
My car insurance clears. That is a fixed expense I completely forgot about.
Right. It costs $120.
So if I buy the ticket now, I might not have enough for the insurance tomorrow.
The available balance does not know about tomorrow's bills. It only knows about the past.
That is where I always get in trouble.
Let's try that math again. Take your time and walk me through the safer way.
I start with the $250 in available balance.
Yes. What comes next?
Then, I subtract the $120 for my fixed insurance bill.
Perfect. What is your safe number?
That leaves me with $130 of actual spending money.
Exactly. You just found your real financial boundary for the next few days.
That boundary is a lot smaller than I originally thought it would be.
It is smaller, but it protects you. Now you can decide on the ticket safely.
The ticket is $100. I could buy it, but I would only have 30 left.
That $30 has to buy your groceries and gas for the rest of the week.
That would be incredibly stressful. Buying the ticket would actually ruin my whole week.
So what do you text your friends?
I would probably tell them I have to skip the concert this time.
That choice might feel disappointing in the moment, but it is not a panic response.
It is a calm decision. I am actually in control of the math this time.
How would you use this weekly routine in your actual life?
I would probably do it on Saturday morning before the weekend starts.
Why Saturday morning?
Because that is before my friends start texting me to go out for dinner or drinks.
That is a great strategy. Let's build a simple plan you can actually do this week.
A plan with no heavy budgeting spreadsheets, right?
No heavy spreadsheets. The first step is picking one 15-minute window on your calendar.
I can definitely handle scheduling a short appointment with myself.
Treat that window like a real meeting. The second step is finding your available balance.
Just logging in, finding that specific number, and completely ignoring the bigger one at the top.
Yes, the third step is mentally subtracting any fixed bills coming up in the next few days.
And whatever is left over is my safe spending number for the entire weekend.
That is the whole plan. It shrinks the anxiety down to one simple subtraction problem.
That is actually something I can finish before my coffee gets cold.
We know this process can feel heavy. What specific emotion usually stops you from looking?
You can write just one word in the comments. Is it guilt, fear, confusion, or exhaustion?
Naming the feeling is the very first part of taking the tape off the dashboard.
I think my word is definitely fear, but I finally feel ready to take a quick look.
Keep that one word in mind when you open your banking app this week.
Remember, just picking a time for your weekly check-in is a great first step.
Taking the tape off the dashboard might sting for a second.
But knowing the real numbers is so much better than holding your breath at checkout.
The truth always gives you more choices than avoiding the mystery does.
It actually makes the rest of the week feel a lot lighter.
Thanks for joining the conversation today here at Money Cafe America.
I am going to put my 15 minutes on the calendar right now.
That is a perfect start. I'm Maya, and take care of yourself this week.
And I'm Ethan. Bye, and take it one small step at a time.